Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. I wanted to talk to you about a fantastic additional benefit that's often, we'll call it overlooked, out there for you to drive income into your household. This is not disability compensation. These are other benefits that can drive money into your household. And it can range anywhere from $1,488 to $4,464 and even more into your household, depending on your certain circumstances, right? That's the world of the VA here, a lot of nuance. So I wanted to talk about this benefit specifically. There's been some big changes over the last year with regard to eligibility, quite frankly, in a really good way. So I wanted to bring this up and bring it kind of into your awareness. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you've seen it, but you may have forgotten, and I want to at least highlight the changes that had taken place over the last year as well. So, look, up to $4,464 per month of tax-free money into your household is no joke. That's a big chunk of money, and it could be higher, right? Again, depending on the circumstances. So, with that, let's get ready to dive into this. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. The two asks are really look. Hit the thumbs up, let the video run. That's what tells YouTube to push this out to more of our brothers and sisters so they will be aware of this type of information. And together we can all do that, right? Many hands make light work. I've said it before, and I appreciate all of your help with getting the word out. If you want to help out the channel in other ways, you can do that by becoming a member. Thank you to all you members. I truly appreciate your support. I do my best to get back to you and acknowledge your comments in the different videos. So I really appreciate that. You can go to the homepage. You'll see highlighted members. You're all highlighted there. Kind of has a rotation of all the members that kind of run through that. And there's a join button for those that are interested. Thank you so much. All right, so let's jump back into this. If you're not sure exactly what benefit I'm talking about yet, 1,488 should be the giveaway if you're aware of this benefit. This is the Chapter 35 educational benefit. This is for spouse and dependents, okay? So it's not to you, the veteran, but it's to the people in your household, right? Which is really great. It's also for survivors as well. I'm going to jump into the qualifications, the eligibility, and also the big changes that have taken effect. So want to highlight those things. We've talked about the money aspect. It's $1,488 per recipient. So if you have a spouse that's on this program, great. That's $1,488 back into your household. Let's say you have a 20-year-old in the house that jumps on this program. Well, then that's another $1,488, taking it to $2,976 per month of additional money coming into the household, right? Granted, not to you, the veteran, but to your dependent and your spouse in this scenario, which means it's not money coming out of your pocket to help them with whatever else that they're dealing with. So, if you have, let's say, a 20-year-old and an 18-year-old and a spouse that are all on this program, well, then it's $4,464. So you get the math, right? If you have 15 dependents living with you, well, then your household income would go up dramatically. So with that, let's jump into the eligibility requirements and kind of a little snapshot here on Chapter 35. I'm going to read through it. I'm going to hammer home on some key points for you. And just bring this back to your awareness. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. All right, survivors and dependents educational assistance. And most of the time it's called dependents educational assistance, DEA, and actually more commonly it's just Chapter 35. So if you're the child or spouse of a veteran or service member who has died, is captured or missing, or is permanently and totally disabled due to service-connected disabilities, you may be eligible for the Survivors Dependents Educational Assistance Program. So as we jump into it here, there are 6 bullet points in which they say you must meet one of these, right? So it's a bunch of ors. It's, do you meet this, or this, or this, or this? I'm going to read through these, and if any one of these describes you or your situation, well, then that means that you would qualify based on that piece. So it says here, you may be eligible for these benefits if both you and the veteran, because remember this is a dependent focused, so the dependent is the you and the veteran is the veteran, which is the qualifier piece of being able to obtain this VA benefit. So If both you and the veteran or service member meet certain eligibility requirements, one of these descriptions must be true for the veteran or service member. So for the veteran or service member, the veteran is permanently and totally disabled due to a service-connected disability. That's the first bullet. So I'll emphasize the ors, right? The or means next bullet point, and you must meet one of these 6. All right. So the first one is the veteran is permanently and totally disabled due to a service-connected disability, or the veteran died as a result of a service-connected disability, or the service member died in the line of duty, or the service member is missing in action or was captured in the line of duty by a hostile force for more than 90 days, or the service member was forcibly detained or interned in the line of duty by a foreign entity for more than 90 days, or the service member is in the hospital or getting outpatient treatment for a service-connected permanent and total disability and is likely to be discharged for that disability. All right, so that's the key doorway in. It says more eligibility information if you're the child. Okay, so if you are the child of the veteran, right, you can be married or unmarried. If you join the military, you can't use this benefit while you're on active duty. For example, that's what happened with my oldest son. He ended up, he was on this program, Chapter 35, then he decided to join the Air Force, and then he had to stop utilizing this benefit. Moves on, and if you want to use this benefit after you leave service, you can't have a dishonorable discharge. Moving on, if you're receiving dependency and indemnity compensation, you'll need to give up those payments when you start using DEA. This is for the dependent child. If I remember right, off the top of my head, as a surviving spouse, you can actually receive both dependency indemnity compensation and Chapter 35. So, but for the child, dependent child, that is not the case. So moving on, when can I start using these benefits if I'm eligible as a child? Great question. If you become eligible before, here's one of the changes, okay? If you become eligible before August 1st, 2023, one of these must be true of you to use these benefits. You're 18 years old, or you completed high school, or you have a GED. If you become eligible or turn 18 years old or completed high school on or after August 1st, 2023, you can be any age to use these benefits. Okay, so that's the little notation there on that. Let's move down into this. As an eligible child, is there a time limit for me to use these benefits? It depends. There is no time limit if one of these is true. If you became eligible for DEA Chapter 35 benefits on or after August 1st, 2023, there's no time limit for you to use these benefits, right? There's no time limit if one of these is true. So if you became eligible on or after August 1st, 2023, there's no limit. And that's really important. Now, that was a year ago. We're in August of 2024 now, but this is a change that went into effect that's really important for folks to understand. Another would be no time limit if one of these is true. The other one is you turned 18 years old on or after August 1st, 2023. Or you completed high school or received your GED on or after August 1st, 2023, which would basically be the folks that graduated in 2024 for the high school stuff, because you're typically going to graduate high school, whatever, May, June. August 2023 was after May or June of 2023. Therefore, you would have pushed you into the 2024 graduation year. All right. Generally, you have up to 8 years to use your benefits before you turn 26 years old. If all of these are true, you became eligible for DEA before August 1st of 2023. So this is the before August 1st, 2023, and then the other one was the after, right? The on or after 2023 of August. So you have 8 years before you turn 26 to utilize the benefit. You turned 18 before August 1st of 2023, or you completed, or these are all ands, excuse me. So all of these, right? You became eligible for the Chapter 35 benefit before August 1st of 2023, and you turned 18 before August 1st, 2023, and you completed high school before August 1st, 2023. In some cases, the 8-year time limit does not apply when you turn 26 years old. If any of these describe your situation, you may still be eligible for DEA benefits after you turn 26 years old. You became eligible for DEA when you were between 18 and 26 years old, or your parent died when you were between the ages of 18 and 26 years old, or you joined the military. In this case, you can use DEA benefits up to 8 years from your discharge date as long as you're under 31 years old. So, welcome to the world of nuance. All right. So that is that part. Let's see. When can I start using these benefits if I'm an eligible spouse, right? So spouse, your benefits start on the date we determined that you're eligible, or on the date of the veteran or service member's death. Okay, so that's it. You're now eligible, right? There's no age limits or anything like that. There was none in the past either. As an eligible spouse, is there a time limit for me to use these benefits? It depends, though. If the event that qualified you for DEA happened on or before August 1st, 2023, there's a time limit to use your benefits. So the first one that I was talking about as a spouse, there's no age limit, right? You can be whatever age, that's fine. This is going to be the 10-year stuff with regard to the August 1st, 2023. So if you're a spouse, it says here that if the event that qualified you for DEA happened before August 1st, now the event is one of those 6 bullet points that are the qualifiers, right? So if the event that qualified you for DEA happened before August 1st, 2023, there's a time limit to use your benefits. In most cases, your benefits end after 10 years. If we rated the veteran as permanently and totally disabled and the veteran later dies, you get another 10 years of eligibility. If the service member died on active duty, your benefits end after 20 years. If we rated the veteran as permanently and totally disabled with an effective date that's within 3 years after discharge from their active duty, in most cases your benefits end 20 years from that effective date. If the event that qualified you for DEA happened on or after August 1st, 2023, this is the change, right? So this happened a year ago because we're in August of 2024. There's no time limit to use your benefits. Now, let's see, what else do we got going on? So what benefits can you get with Chapter 35? You may be able to get a monthly payment to help you cover the costs of your school, your expenses while you're participating in on-the-job training or apprenticeship. You can use your benefits for these programs, courses, or training: college or graduate degree programs, career training, certificate or diploma courses, apprenticeships, on-the-job training. You can also use your benefits for these tests and courses: licensing and certification tests, national testing like college admissions exams, preparatory courses, sometimes called prep courses. If your school or training started before August 1st, 2018, you may be able to get benefits for up to 45 months. If your school or training started on or after August 1st, 2018, you may be able to get up to 36 months. Let's see, there's notation. You may also get educational and career counseling. Now, as far as the payments are concerned, it says how we determine your rate. We base your monthly rate or payment amount on these two factors: the type of education or training you're getting and how many courses you're taking, or how far along you are in your on-the-job training or apprenticeship program. You may get less than the full rate each month if any of these are true. There's 4 bullet points. You're enrolled in fewer courses than what we consider to be full-time, or your clock hours per week are less than what we consider to be full-time, or you're getting on-the-job training, or you're in an apprenticeship program. So the 2023 to 2024 Chapter 35 benefits rate was effective October 1st, 2023. There is a COLA, a cost of living adjustment, for those that don't know, that applies to Chapter 35 as well as VR&E educational benefits that the VA appears to determine, okay? And they apply their own, the VA's own version of COLA percentage increase to these benefits, and it goes into effect on October 1st. So these are going to be updated here very shortly and implemented with a new effective date for October 1st, 2024, although we're not there yet, and we should see it probably within the next couple of weeks of what that will be. So the rates that I'm going to talk about are really only going to be in effect for a few months. All right, so let's see. These monthly rates are for courses at colleges and universities. We'll pay up to the rate listed here based on how many courses you're taking. So you want to take a full-time load. If you're full-time enrollment, you're looking at $1,488 for each full month. Remember, this is per individual, and this eligibility would play out for your spouse and your dependents. So full-time to each person enrolled is $1,488 per month, and it will be over $1,500 here in October. So, most likely. 3/4 time enrollment is $1,176 for each full for each full month, and then half-time enrollment is $862 for each full month. If you're enrolled less than half-time, we'll pay you up to the amount listed here for every month you're enrolled, but no more than the cost of your tuition and fees. Less than 1/2 time and more than 1/4 time enrollment is still $862 for each full month, or for the cost of your tuition and fees, whichever is less. Quarter time enrollment or less is $372 for each full month, or the cost of your tuition and fees, whichever is less. Now, here's the important part. It doesn't really talk about it here, but the way that this works is they pay you, the enrollee, so the spouse or the dependent, the money. They do not pay the school anything. You have to pay the school out of your own pocket. So, for example, let's say that you're going to some college or university, and your full-time tuition costs are, we'll just say, $488 per month, and you're going full-time online. You would get a check, right, for $1,400, well, you'd get a direct deposit for $1,488 for that full-time month. Then it's up to you to take your $488 and pay your school, right? So that would leave you with $1,000 in your pocket. Now, obviously, if the school costs less, that's more money in your pocket for all the other expenses that you may have. And if it's more, well, then it's more, and that'll leave you with less in your pocket. So there is, let's see, for non-college degree programs, it's basically about the same for enrollment. And then for on-the-job training and apprenticeships, all right, this is interesting. We'll pay you up to this much each month based on how far along you are in your training. For months 1 to 6, you get $945 for each full month. Months 7 through 12, you get $710 for each full month. From month 13 to 18, you get $466 for each full month. And then more than 19 months, you get $237 for each full month. And it says here, to get the full amount listed here, you must have worked at least 120 hours each month. Okay, 40, 80, right? 120. So it's shy of 40 hours per week, but you want to hit that 120, right? So whatever that equates to, for the month. Maybe you work, more hours in one week than the other. They're looking at the month, and you're going to have to submit that information. So that's important to understand. So it says for correspondence training, we'll pay 55% of the established cost for the number of lessons you completed by mail, online, or in some other way. You'll need to submit completed lessons to get these payments. Only spouses using Chapter 35 benefits can get correspondence training. Children aren't eligible for this benefit. Now, correspondence training is not the same as like an online university going through their program. Okay, you can go to an online school, college, university, do it all online, and be paid out the full rate. Let's see if there's anything else. All right, any questions that you may have regarding this, you should just reach out to the VA directly, 888-442-4551. Again, that's 888-442-4551. Great benefit. Wanted to share it with you. Adds money into your household, and which keeps money in your pocket, right? So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.